finance. So this is how I use bridging finance to acquire properties without using any money at all. So again, if you've got, there's a couple of ways you can do this. If you've got equity in your own home, that's the easiest way to do this. But there is other ways to do it as well. So I want you to remember these two things. So PP means purchase price. PP means purchase price. And that's the amount that you've bought a property for. So the amount that you pay for it is the purchase price. And then you have MV. It's a bit of a shitty M, but that's an M. MV is the market value. So that's what it's actually worth. So let's say a property was worth £100,000. So for ease of maths, we're going to say property was worth 100 grand. And the purchase price, so you bought it for 70,000. So you agreed £70,000 for it. So I'm going to show you how to structure this without putting any money in at all. So if you go to a bridging company, the difference between a bridging company and a mortgage company is bridging companies don't give a shit how much income you have. They don't give a shit if you've got any CCJs. They don't give a shit about your credit history. They care about one thing. They care if the deal stacks. So there's always a bridging company that'll do a deal. Always. So you're going to pay slightly higher rates, probably around about 1% a month, 1.2% a month. So if there's a property and it's worth 100 grand and you agree it for 70 grand, then you're buying that below market value, sometimes known as BMV, below market value. So what you can do is, so that you can structure this without putting any money down, is the bridging company will come out, they value the property and they see it's worth 100 grand. And if they give, say, a 75% LTV, LTV means loan to value, so they'll give you 75% of its value. So if they were to give you 75% LTV of the market value, they would give you 75k. Now, what they might sometimes ask for is a second charge. So you can second charge against some equity you've got in your own property. So if you've got equity in your own property, or a mama's, dada's, brother, sister, you can second charge against that as well. So what they'll do is, even though you're buying it for 70, they can actually give you 75 grand. So when people say you can't get 100% mortgages, it's not so much 100% mortgage, but you can get 100% finance if you know how to structure a deal. So if you get a property that is genuinely worth 100 grand, so that's what they're selling for on the street, and you agree it for 70, bridging company will give you 75 grand. And they might ask you to second charge a bit of security against your own property. So you've now got 75 grand. You can buy the property outright. It gives you 5 grand for a bit of fees, maybe there's a bit of stamp and stuff like that. And then what we do, so we've bought it for this price, we got that release there, and then we flip the bridging. So we flip this onto a mortgage. So we flip that bridging onto a mortgage. So if a mortgage company are willing to say give 80% loan to value, and they'll give 80% of this figure, they'll give you 80 grand, which means you can now pay back the bridging and you've got a little bit of fees as well. So that's how you can structure a deal without using any money at all. And I've done this on a number of occasions.